In this video, I'm going to be spoiling A24's latest psychological horror thriller, Heretic, a dark and twisted cat-and-mouse game where two young missionaries' faith is put to the test after being held captive by a strange and creepy man. This is A24's Heretic, ending explained. Heretic opens with two young missionary women working for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known for the Mormon Church, making their rounds door to door, attempting to recruit new church members. During this, the pair have these kind of shy, little risque conversations about intimacy and condoms, obviously something that contradicts their beliefs, and a big idea flowing through the rest of the movie. They show up to Mr. Reed's house, the last one on the list. He's kind of this quirky, apologetic, innocent man when they first arrive to his place. It's beginning to downpour, and Sister Barnes and Paxton are asked to come inside, but obviously they can't because of their religion. A woman needs to be present, but Mr. Reed says that his wife is baking a blueberry pie in the other room. As they go inside seeking shelter and whatnot, kind of like Noah's Ark with the animals going upon it. You know, it's downpouring, there's rain, you see the symbolism. One weird thing he asks, though, is, are you okay with metal being in the roof and walls? Their conversation begins pleasantly until Barnes learns that the candle sitting on the table is actually blueberry scented, meaning that there is no pie, there is no wife. They gotta get out of there ASAP. They quickly learn that the front door is bolted shut and they don't have any phone service because guess what? The entire home is metal. They beg to leave following Mr. Reed into his study, where they quickly learn that no, he was not searching for the word of God, but was actually looking for the truth. Mr. Reed lectures the pair painstakingly about their own faith, what they believe, what they don't believe, revealing that dozens of religions before or that are out there originated from the big three: Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, along with several others starting thousands of years prior, comparing this iteration idea to various versions of Monopoly. Billions have played, but very few have actually finished, aka knowing the truth, as he then makes the pair choose between two different doors, belief and disbelief. They enter the belief door, revealing that both of these doors lead down to the same dark, decrepit, wet basement dungeon. Reed's goal now is seeking the one true religion, stating earlier, the more that he learned, the less that he knew. When researching religions, and is now going to show the two women a miracle as this decrepit old woman just saunters into the room, being referred to as the prophet. And this prophet will be resurrected right before them, eating a poisoned blueberry pie, tying in with the belief of, was there a pie or not originally? And yes, this prophet dies from the poison. Quickly, a Mormon elder is at the door looking for the two women because they never showed back up to the church. However, he is quickly whisked away because of the intensity of the weather outside. After this failed rescue, the dead prophet springs to life, mumbling a description of what she saw in the afterlife. And one thing of note, though, is it isn't real. Barnes then claims, yeah, you know what? All of this is smoke and mirrors, comparing this to textbook hallucinations from people of near-death experiences, even saying that she had the same thing happen to her from E. coli poisoning from Taco Bell like years prior. It all ties in, don't worry. Out of nowhere, Reed slices Barnes' throat, claiming that she too will come back after death. At this point, it's pretty clear that Mr. Reed is cuckoo-ca-choo, digging a metal object out of Barnes' arm that is actually a birth control device, but instead claims that it's a microchip, and she was, get this, an NPC that will not resurrect, continuing that none of this is real. It's all simulation theory. Essentially, this is the Matrix. Whoa. However, Paxton uses her Sherlock Holmes Mind Palace mystery-solving vision, confirming that this microchip was in fact a birth control implant, further confirming that Mr. Reed is full of shit. Having swapped out the old prophet woman when the Mormon elder was at the door, it was all a quick switcheroo, a old magic trick, picking up the "it isn't real" comment from the prophet that was in regard to the afterlife, but rather she was talking about Mr. Reed and his religion, and all of this is not real. Paxton then finds a trap door where the old switcheroo happened, but going further downstairs with Reed urges that he'll show her the one true religion if she continues. In this deeper dungeon, Paxton discovers that there are multiple malnourished women in cages, where it finally clicks. Reed's true religion is control. The underlying root of almost all religions, twisting the rules and practices to fit one person's narrative while controlling the others. Heck, this is not just religion, it's corporations shown by the multiple name brands like Coca-Cola, Taco Bell, and others throughout this movie. Whether or not you know it, you're being controlled by something, and this is how he knew that Paxton would end up where she's at right now. From all of her previous teachings and mentors, he knew exactly where she would be, how she would react, and how easy it was to control this. Paxton obviously has had enough, and she just stabs Reed in the throat with a letter opener from earlier, and then attempting to escape, only to be stabbed herself when checking on Barnes. As she slowly leaks from her wound, Paxton begins to pray, claiming that her faith is all about kindness, not material wants. Reed is about to finish off Paxton as Barnes springs to life like the damn Undertaker in one last-ditch effort, slamming a board to the side of Reed's head that has 3 different nails in it. This ends Reed's life. And this also symbolizes self-sacrifice for the sins of others, with the 3 different nails in the board being the nails that were used for Jesus' sacrifice, further symbolizing them as the Holy Trinity and confidence in one's own faith. Paxton finally escapes this religious labyrinth, breathing the calm, crisp air of fresh snowfall as a butterfly lands on her hand, something that she mentioned earlier in the film, about becoming a butterfly after her death to know her loved ones know that she is in a happier, better place. Kind of a symbol, an afterlife symbol. However, another quick glance at her hand shows that the butterfly is no longer there, leaving Paxton to question her reality. The end. So what does this all mean? Well, throughout the movie, the dungeon, a window, and several other objects have a hexagonal shape, where in some religions this shape means the burial of the old sinful self, where Paxton right now is no longer the same person that she was at the beginning of the movie as she is at the end. And the butterfly symbolizes resurrection itself, you know, changing from a caterpillar into this beautiful butterfly, with it being an afterlife sign from Barnes. But, as the movie liked to argue, is this a religious manifestation, or can we just simply chalk this up as a traumatic hallucination? What do you believe?